Greetings, fellow scholars of the Lifestream. Welcome to Cosmo Canyon's Pulse of the Lifestream, bringing you the news directly from the heart of the canyon. I'm Kutakuma.
And I'm Peeps Nibbles. We're here to bring you up-to-date news, information and exclusives from Final Fantasy VII Remake, its compilation, the Cosmo Canyon Observatory and the Final Fantasy VII community at large.
Today's top story, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. What is it? What all is included? Where and how can I get it? Do I need to rebuy the game all over again if I already own Remake?
Those are great questions. Let's break it down, get the hard facts, find the answers.
In essence, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is the re-release of Final Fantasy VII Remake, upgraded for PlayStation 5. The new port will include...
Hang on a moment, Kuta. Isn't this a little bit more than just a PlayStation 5 port?
Well, yes. And no. But mostly yes.
Kuta. This is Pulse of the Lifestream. We don't do things half-arsed. Our viewers expect in-depth analysis and fine print details.
Wow. You're right, peeps. Let's skip the TLDR and dive headfirst into it then.
That's the spirit.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is essentially the definitive version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. The game has received a number of impressive new updates, improved textures, enhanced lighting, more detailed background environments, and yes, including platefall.
The underplate certainly looks pretty now.
Look, new fog effects.
Even the character models have more detail, especially with the hair textures.
But, peeps, what about the doors?
What about them? I mean, they had some decent songs, but as far as I know, they don't appear on the soundtrack.
Anyway, outside of the visuals, we're also getting a number of other quality of life improvements and new modes to enjoy. Graphics mode prioritizing 4K high-resolution graphics. Performance mode prioritizing smooth action at 60 frames per second. Photo mode, normal classic difficulty setting, enhanced load times. Stream restrictions lifted upon release.
I wonder how many people are going to have to get a new hard drive for all their photos.
Do you think 1 or 2 terabytes is enough?
That depends on how many photos you take of Barrett's chest.
Rude.
Yeah, him too. You dirty boy.
Okay, we won't even get into your collection, but moving on. Probably the most exciting addition to Intergrade is the inclusion of 2 brand new chapters.
Yes, the new content featuring everyone's favourite materia hunter and renowned Moogle enthusiast, Yuffie.
That's right, peeps. This episode is playable immediately from the title menu, even though it takes place during the story events. For the first time, we'll get to play as Yuffie, and perhaps even experience the thrill of stealing materia firsthand. In fact, there will even be new materia exclusive to Yuffie's episode, including a new summon.
She'll also be joined by a new character, Sonon. He's a fairly handsome lad. Not rude handsome, but certainly decent to look at.
The entire world can't be Turk quality.
He's probably gonna die anyway.
Well, now, peeps, let's save the speculation and theorizing to Vyzz, who happens to have an amazing series analyzing the Intergrade trailer.
You can find the links in the description below.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to get my copy pre-ordered.
If only it were that simple.
What do you mean?
I'll be right back.
Wait, where did you go, peeps? Why isn't it that simple? What's going on? Hello?
Prepare yourselves, because now it's time for...
Proudly premiering Professor Peeps Premium PlayStation Pre-Order Preparation Presentation Protecting Players' Precious Pennies.
Perfection. Greetings, viewers. I am Professor Peeps, and I'm here to teach you everything you need to know about ordering Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. You may think it complicated, but with the help of a professional and absolutely 100% trained and real professor like me, it'll be a breeze. Just like every good mathematics equation, we have multiple variables to consider. First, do you want to get physical?
Peeps!
Wait. Do you want a physical? No, a physical version. A physical version. Do you want a physical version or a digital version of the game? Physical? Great. Go to your local game retailer on the 10th of June and buy it. There you go, Intergrade obtained. Please note, the physical version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, including the Intergrade content, is only available for PlayStation 5. This is because the Yuffie episode is exclusive to PS5. You want to purchase this digitally, okay? What you'll have to consider here is that there are two different versions of Intergrade available digitally: the Standard Edition and the Deluxe Edition. The digital standard version comes with Final Fantasy VII Remake, the new Yuffie episode, and the additional enhancements including the new graphics modes, photo mode, and normal classic difficulty setting. The digital deluxe version includes all of this, plus a digital art book and a digital mini soundtrack. If you want character sheets, concept art, and amazing tunes like Descendant of Shinobi, this is the version for you. If you have never bought Final Fantasy VII Remake before, all you need to do is make that digital purchase of your choice from the PlayStation Store. Easy as pie. However, here's where some trickiness comes in. If you have already purchased Final Fantasy VII Remake for your PlayStation 4, pause this video, go and get yourself a pen and some paper because you're probably going to want to take notes. Alright, are you ready for this? First, it does depend on which version of Final Fantasy VII Remake you have. If you have a physical version, you need to have a PS5 with a disc drive because you'll have to insert your disc to download the Final Fantasy VII Remake PlayStation 5 Enhancement Update. The good news is, this is free. The bad news is that this does not include the Yuffie episode, which must be purchased separately. If you have a digital version of Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4, all you need to do is download the game to your PS5, then download the update and, as with the physical version, make a separate purchase of the standalone downloadable episode with Yuffie. If, however, you have the digital version of Final Fantasy VII Remake that came from the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection, in other words, you got it for free from the PlayStation Plus in March 2021, you are ineligible for the upgrade, so must buy either the physical or digital version of Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4 to get the free enhancement upgrades and then purchase the Yuffie chapters. Or just buy it for the PS5. Now for the small print. If you buy the PS5 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, physical or digital, you will be unable to play it on your PS4. You cannot purchase the Yuffie episode only. You must either purchase or have already purchased a copy of the game to access these new chapters. Your save files will carry over. So far, there's been no announcement about previously obtained DLC, for example, Chocobo Chick, Carbuncle, and so on. We are hopeful those will carry over too. Phew, we made it! Now you know exactly how and where to purchase your copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Congratulations! As an added bonus to all of this confusion, if you pre-order your preferred version of Intergrade, you'll be awarded with the Cackstar weapon for Yuffie. It has been confirmed that the item will be available for purchase after pre-orders have closed as well. Now, here's one last kicker. Currently, there is no way to pre-order the standalone Yuffie episode digitally if you own a PlayStation 4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes, you are still eligible to obtain the free enhancement upgrades when the 10th of June rolls around. However, since the Yuffie DLC is not available on the storefront just yet, This makes it currently impossible to get the Cackstar pre-order bonus for PS4 owners. This may change in the future, but we don't yet have any official clarification. Hopefully that answers all of your questions, even the ones you didn't know you had. If not, please feel free to ask in the comments section and we'll do our best to answer. Alternatively, you could join our Discord server and engage with the CCO community. Finally, please keep hold of your notes and study well. There will be a test on this next Tuesday.
Wow, what an informative and inspired presentation, peeps. I had no idea you were a professor.
Yeah, me neither.
Wait, what?
In addition to Intergrade, Square Enix also announced 2 more Final Fantasy VII titles coming soon. Well, in the next year or 2.
Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier releases later this year, bringing Battle Royale intensity to iOS and Android. The game takes place 30 years before the events of Final Fantasy VII, and covers the creation of Soldier. With that said, narrative does not seem to be the main focus of the game.
Narrative does play a big part in the next title, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. The game is scheduled to release in 2022, also for iOS and Android. Released in chapters on a monthly basis, the game will feature RPG-style gameplay inspired by the ATB battle system of the original game, and will cover the entirety of the Final Fantasy VII compilation. Everything from Before Crisis and Crisis Core, to Dirge of Cerberus and even Advent Children. How? We're not sure, but we're pretty excited to find out.
In addition, Nomura has confirmed that Ever Crisis will include part of the story from The First Soldier, likely for those who aren't too keen on Final Fantasy Fortnite, as well as hinting at a related story segment about a legendary hero's youth. Naturally, I speculate he's referring to
Genesis! It's obviously Genesis.
Oh, please no.
Genesis.
We're gonna get cancelled after our second episode, peeps. Contain yourself.
But everything's so exciting at the moment.
I know. But how about some music to calm you down?
I am not some sort of wild animal, you know. But, yes, okay, I take your point. Is there something in particular you recommend?
Absolutely. In fact, it's not just a recommendation from me, but also Final Fantasy VII community icon Alex Moukala. He's made some awesome playlists tailored around specific moods and styles, directly from the Final Fantasy VII Remake soundtrack, now that all 156 tracks from the game are available on Spotify. Other streaming services are also available.
That sounds awesome. The Ultimania playlist.
Did you say Ultimania? Don't you mean Ultimate?
No, I mean Ultimania. Have you not heard? The Final Fantasy VII Remake Material Ultimania is coming in December, and it's in English. On the 7th of December this year, Square Enix are releasing this 336-page hardcover book, which includes character models and storyboards, concept art, interviews with the original voice actors, and more.
This is really exciting news for fans, new and old, who have previously only had access to the Ultimania thanks to Aitai Kimochi's hard work and dedication in translating and posting excerpts.
And now, direct from the Cosmo Canyon bonfire, we have our field reporter Rizzle to talk about recent CCO events.
Thanks, peeps. The CCO Discord server has been positively buzzing with activity lately, and I think I might just know why. It's because of this show, of course. Or rather, the show's logo design contest. For those of you who haven't heard, Pulse of the Lifestream needs a logo, and we've handed it over to you, the viewers, to create one. Many of our talented fans are already hard at work planning out their entries, and speaking as a member of the judging panel, it's gonna be tough to pick a winner. If you want to get in on the fun and maybe even have your design become our new logo, head over to the official Discord server via the link in the description for more info. That's all from... hang on. What do you... That was... Oh. Right. Right. I've just been informed that apparently the logo design contest isn't the only reason the community's been so amped up. As it turns out, we've recently had a very important birthday. The first anniversary of Final Fantasy VII Remake! Many celebrations took place, the largest of which was unarguably Kupocon's FF7 Remake Roundtable. With a whopping 10 official voice actors on as guests, it was both a landmark occasion and a panel to remember. However, my personal favorite event of the day has to be the celebratory retrospective hosted by FinalFanTV. Many content creators, our dear overlord Vyzz included, gathered to talk about the music, moments, and characters that impacted them the most, as well as the way their lives had been affected since the remake was first announced. And that's not the only collaboration Vyzz has had recently. A couple of weeks ago, he appeared alongside fellow brilliant creator Schrodingersbabyseal for a massive 4-hour analysis stream. The two discussed various contended topics on both FF7 Remake and the upcoming Intergrade, from theories about the Whisper's true goals and the return of Deepground to Chadley being from the future? I'd love to tell you more on that one, but I don't think I'm nearly qualified enough to explain this madness. I suggest you follow the link in the description and let the real geniuses talk you through it. Oh, and one more thing. Prolific modding community Tsunamods have debuted a new trailer showing off their fantastic slate of projects. Those in the know might be aware of their work on improving graphics, implementing a day and night system, and even adding full voice acting to the original Final Fantasy VII.
Cloud Strife, eh? I'm
not interested. Once this job's over, I'm out of here.
However, this trailer also dropped a surprise that no one was expecting. The same fully voiced treatment will now be coming to Final Fantasy VIII. Auditions for major roles are currently open, so make sure to head over to Tsunamods' Twitter if you'd like to try out. As always, the link will be in the description. Well, after all that excitement, I need to go take a nap for a couple weeks. Back to you, peeps.
Thank you, Rizzle. I don't know about you, Kuta, but I can't wait to see what fantastic and creative ideas we get for our logo. Well, that's it for the news today. We have so much to look forward to, from Intergrade and the Ultimania to our new logo and new mobile games.
Wait, peeps, speaking of mobile games and updates, breaking news!
Tell me more, Kuta.
We just got 3 brand new CG animations for Final Fantasy VII Remake through the mobile game Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. The animations are breathtaking, including Tifa in a wave with dolphins, looking like a refreshing beverage commercial, and Aerith being inserted right into Shinra's Legend of the Cetra Holo Theater. It's pretty awesome. On top of that, Aerith, Cloud, and Tifa got new units for the game, with new 2D sprites, even an Aerith and Red 13 combo unit, and Tifa in her sporty wall market dress. Love it! Almost enough to make me download the game. Almost.
Do it. You know you want to. Give all your money to Square Enix. How else will they be able to afford to make Part 2? Or Part 3? Part 4? 5?
If you haven't already, ring the bell and subscribe below. Not only will this keep you informed when we post new developments, but you'll also be alerted when Vyzz's top-tier quality, in-depth analysis videos go live.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with more updates as they happen, so stay tuned.
Stay safe and take care. Pulse of the Lifestream, signing off.